Please note that the May Day market has been rescheduled for Saturday, May 23rd, rather than Saturday, May 2nd.
Hello, my friends. I hope you too are enjoying the darling buds of May and the return of our magnificent green mountains and leafy tree canopy. I'm the Reverend George Grimm-Howell, your minister at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Hendersonville. The month of May holds much promise here at UUFH as we look forward to many things, including our May Day Festival, a UU history lesson, Mother's Day, our annual flower communion ritual, our volunteer fair, and the kickoff of our UUFH summer read. Our spiritual theme for May is awakening curiosity. You know, Albert Einstein once extolled the virtues of curiosity when he said, "I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious." This spiritual practice that values the questions over the certainty of answers opens our hearts and minds to new horizons and a new depth of understanding. I hope that our lineup of Sunday services for this month will awaken curiosity in you. We begin with the first of our new lay-led worship services created by our own Jesse S. Jesse will invite you into the delightful revelry of Beltane, which invites us to reconnect with pleasure, which is a source of resistance in these troubling times. Then on May 10th, I will help us all to remember the unique Mother's Day contributions of famous Unitarian Julia Ward Howe. Howe wrote the Battle Hymn of the Republic, but then soon came face to face with the horrors of war and responded by creating the first Mother's Day for Peace. On May 17th, we will follow in the footsteps of the young Buddha, who was so curious about the world that he left the comfort of his boyhood palace to discover both human suffering as well as enlightenment. On May 24th, we are delighted once again to welcome guest speaker Reverend Deborah Ogiste to our pulpit. And then I will return to the pulpit on May 31st to close out our month with our annual Pride service, which will include a heartfelt invitation for all of you to join our UUFH presence at the Hendersonville Pride Festival the following Saturday on June 6th. Each month, except for July and August, I have the great pleasure of introducing you to our new themed niches from our niche ministry. The art installation for May is by Judith H. She begins by asking, "How curious are you?" This month's theme invites you to awaken your own curiosity by opening yourself up to the world with a sense of wonder. We start to see things differently when we ask questions, explore new ideas, and break free from the constraints of conventional thinking. The world of story illuminates a protagonist's curiosity in myriad ways. For this month's niches, Judith, an avid fan of the Alice books, has chosen to display the theme of curiosity by highlighting the world of Wonderland. Alice's adventure begins with a simple act of curiosity, following a peculiar white rabbit down a rabbit hole. This literary treasure inspires us to follow our curiosity, let our imaginations run wild, and discover the wonders that await us just beyond the surface of everyday life. This sense of curiosity is something we can all cultivate in our daily lives. I'll meet you at the rabbit hole. More good things are happening in May. After the service on May 3rd, I will host a brief introduction to Unitarian Universalism right after coffee hour, and all are welcome. And during the service on May 17th, we will hold our annual flower communion ritual. Each of you is invited to bring a flower to the service, leave it in the basket, and then at the close of the service, take a different flower home with you. Then, after the May 17th service, during coffee hour, you can browse the various exhibits at our new annual volunteer fair. This is an opportunity to learn all the teams and committees who do the true work of this fellowship and to learn where help is needed. Volunteering your time and talent is a rewarding way to build community, forge friendships, and deepen spirituality. And finally, let me remind you that we are still fully committed to our UUFH call to action in defiance of authoritarianism. The recent news about the Supreme Court's further weakening of the Voting Rights Act makes our democracy more fragile than ever. Part of our commitment with this call to action is for each member or friend to complete 3 actions in support of democracy between now and November. The e-news and the UUFH website will have all the details about how you can stand up for democracy. Thank you for all the ways that you bring your curiosity, live the questions, and through new discoveries are open to change. I close with these words from Yehuda Amichai. The place where we are right is hard and trampled like a yard, but doubts and loves dig up the world, and a whisper will be heard in the place where the ruined house once stood. And so may it be. See you on Sunday.